Hi, welcome in to episode 6 of the Blasian Titan Nation podcast. I'm going to talk about why I love single player games and I hate multiplayer games. Again, a lot of people are not going to like this. A lot of people are going to disagree with me. And again, this is to each their own. Everybody has their own preferences of what they like and what they don't like. At the end of the day, gaming, especially video games, are an art. They're entertainment. And just like with movies, just like with sports, just like with everything else, everybody has a certain sport they like to watch. Everybody has their certain book they like to read. Everybody does. And my thing will always and forever be single player games. It will always and forever be single player games. So everybody just sit back and relax as I rant on. Let me just start off when I was a kid and I would be playing NES. I didn't discover anything multiplayer wise. For example, the first Versus game that I played was probably Street Fighter 2, or those racing games that you see in the arcades, but nothing really popped out at me. So Street Fighter and those racing games were the only types of games that I remember. Oh, Mortal Kombat as well. Mortal Kombat was another game back in the 90s, early 90s, that I played that, you face another person or face the computer or whatever. And, I mean, did I enjoy it? Yeah. I enjoy the fighting games and whatnot, especially if you have another controller on the Super NES and you would face another person, 1 versus 2. One person would be Ken, the other person would be Ryu or Chun-Li, E Honda, whatever the case may be. Or in Mortal Kombat, it would be like Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Liu Kang, Sonya, yada, 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 Raiden. It wasn't that bad. I don't know, as a kid. It wasn't until I got older that I really started to solidify my love for single player games and pay attention to the stories in single player games. It all started with the N64. The Nintendo 64 was my very first console that I ever played any sort of single player game on. The first one being Super Mario 64. Another one, this is going to be a big one, Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time. That game really solidified my love for single player games. It really did. It's such a classic. I don't think I've ever played Chrono Trigger, which is another one that I should play. Yeah, Link has no fear at all. He'll go into any dungeon. Doesn't matter what it is. He is brave as fuck. And single player games offer that connection to characters that you play. You have a personal connection because, again, if you die as that character, it's like, oh shit, Link died, man. Fuck. You don't want that person to die. You don't want that character to die. So you're gonna do whatever you can to make sure that that person remains alive throughout the whole journey from beginning to end. Again, I was never a PlayStation guy back in the mid 90s. I was a Nintendo dude. Nintendo all the way. That was my platform. That was it. Maybe Dreamcast, but I never owned one. I would always go over to my friend's house to play a Dreamcast game. It was mostly multiplayer games too, like games like Power Stone. Dreamcast, absolute fire. But the main one is Nintendo 64 because you had those 4 ports, and whoever bought an N64, you would call them up and say, hey, bring your controller over. Let's run some Mario Kart. Let's run some Super Smash. Or hey, come over. Let's do some co-op. Let's play some Fighting Force. Let's play some Gauntlet Legends. Let's play some Mystical Ninja. All those co-op games. Let's play them. I preferred co-op. If I was gonna play with people, I preferred co-op, even as a kid. I hated versing my friends in 007. Kids, multiplayer growing up, it's different as as a 90s kid. It's so different. It's very different. It wasn't really popularized. The whole shit talking culture didn't really evolve until maybe around the time where Halo 2 came out, or really the online Xbox Live universe started to take wind with Call of Duty, Modern Warfare, all those games that started to come out with being able to chat with other people. And it's even worse now with free-to-play games, with the Fortnite and the Call of Duty Warzone. The people who play these free-to-play games, the personalities that you meet, crazy. But I'll get into that later. Back as a kid, okay? 90s. 4 controllers. Everybody would bring their controllers, and we would all play games like Mario Kart, Super Smash, GoldenEye, Star Fox, all those games, and we would all of us would talk shit. All of us would just talk shit to each other. I would do the same. I'm not gonna lie. As a kid, they would talk shit to me. I would talk shit back to them. If I was a parent now and I saw my kid doing that, I'd be like, no, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. If you win, you win. Just don't say anything. Don't talk shit after. Don't say like, you fucking suck and all that shit. No, don't do that. Don't do that. You don't want to enrage people. That's the thing. You do not want to enrage, especially kids, right? I don't know how many times in GoldenEye or Mario Kart where we would face each other. It was a 4-player split screen. And everybody will be screen hacking. Everybody will be screen hacking, looking at other people's screens and seeing where everybody is. And same thing with Halo Combat Evolved. Everybody had like the split screen, 4-player multiplayer, and it was just like everybody was like looking at where the other person was, and you would screen hack and you would go to that location and just kill that other person. But what my point is, with single player games, the only feeling that you have that is either negative or positive is within the game itself, not to other people. With multiplayer games, if somebody shoots you and somebody teabags you and somebody talks shit to you, no matter how much of a barrier you're trying to put up, you're affected in a way that, hey, I want to get this motherfucker back. That's the problem I had with multiplayer games back when I was a kid. Everybody was trying to one up everybody else. Everybody was trying to verse everybody else. I'm better than this person. I'm better than that guy. I can beat you in this. I'll 1v1 you in this. Like, everybody's talking shit. Everybody. And I felt bad for winning sometimes. I felt good for winning sometimes. Sometimes they deserved it. But at the end of the day, when I look back at it, I wanted to spend my time more on single player games. I wish I could have bought a PS1 or begged my mom to buy PS1 so I can play like Metal Gear Solid. I wish I could have experienced Metal Gear Solid 1 when I was a kid. I wish. I know it's a mature rated game, and probably I would know what the hell was going on, but at least it will be nostalgic to me to play something like that. In the late 90s, that's where my love for single player games really, started off with Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. And one of the biggest reasons why I'm not a fan of multiplayer games is because of the people that play them. Okay. I know this is going to be a big controversial thing I'll be going balls deep into, but that's a major thing. It's a major, it has to be said, because I've met so many shitty people online playing these multiplayer games. I have met some of the most toxic fucking people I have ever met in my life. There is no way another person is going to talk to me like that. There is no way. No fucking way. I've never been one of those people that is always about like getting those kill streaks in Call of Duty. That never really excited me. It never really did. What really did excite me was playing with your friends in the zombies mode. That's what really excited me. When you're having fun, you're smiling. I don't think you ever were smiling in a multiplayer game if you're getting rocked, Like, yes, it's fun if you're going into a game and you're like dominating, but there's going to be times when you're getting dominated and it's not fun, especially in Call of Duty. You're getting your ass railroaded and then you end up what? Rage quitting. You end up quitting out the game. And if that happens multiple times, guess what? Guess what's going to happen? You're going to build some sort of negativity inside of you, and some hate or some pain or whatever. You're not having fun, You're not. With single player games, it's not about that. Depending on the single player game, you can have fun in a single player game and, or it takes something out of it, whether it be some story, whether it be some leveling up that you do, whatever the case may be. In a multiplayer game, it's kind of one-sided depending on what multiplayer game you decide to play. I know there's a lot of people who follow me that play these games and that love these games, that love Dead by Daylight, that love the Call of Duties and the Fortnites and all that. I know, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them there. But I can't get into those games. I can't. The only reason why I would ever play Fortnite or Dead by Daylight or Call of Duty Warzone is for the people who will watch me. That's it. That's the only time. I would never even consider playing these games if it wasn't for the people who watch me. Like, I can dedicate one or two times a year to just a multiplayer day, which is I'm gonna be doing. It's pretty established that I'm a single player gamer. It's pretty fucking established. I am. If anybody sees me play a multiplayer game, I mean, they know something's happening. They know when they see like Dead by Daylight in my category, or Fortnite in my category, or Call of Duty Warzone in my category, they know something's up. They know that's a rare occasion seeing Blasian Titan Nation play these games. You know, there's a reason. There's a reason why. There's a reason why I'm playing. But yeah, I'm a single player gamer at heart. Always, now and forever. Now and forever. Thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in to episode 6 of the Blasian Titan Nation podcast. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Always spread that love and positivity, and I will see you all next time.